Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news now, Browns fans. You know how unpredictable preseason can be. It's a roller coaster of emotions, especially when it involves our young talent, the rookies, and how they're shaping up for the upcoming NFL season. And this year, no exception. What's grabbing headlines right now in Berea, Ohio, is the injury status of Shedeur Sanders, the promising rookie quarterback who has been turning heads in training camp and preseason alike. But just when everyone was starting to get excited about his potential, there's some unexpected news that could shake up the quarterback depth chart for Cleveland. So let's dive into what's happening, what it means for the Browns, and how this could influence their chances in 2024. First, let's talk about the injury itself. Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski recently revealed some details that fans might find concerning, but also understandable given the nature of football. Shedeur Sanders, fresh into the NFL and already making a splash, injured his oblique during warm-ups before a joint practice with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this isn't just a minor tweak. An oblique injury can be tricky, and it's one that can linger if not treated properly. Stefanski made it clear that Sanders began feeling discomfort before the practice even started, which led the coaching staff to hold him out of all drills as a precaution. That kind of cautious approach is smart, especially with a rookie still trying to find his footing in the league. The good news, if you can call it that, is that Sanders is considered day-to-day. That's a phrase we hear a lot in football, but it's encouraging because it suggests he's not facing a long-term issue. Still, he won't practice for now, and the Browns are very unlikely to have him in action for the upcoming preseason game in Philadelphia. For a rookie, missing a game or two in the preseason isn't ideal, but it's often better to be cautious than risk aggravating an injury. This development comes less than a week after Sanders showcased what he could do on the field during his preseason debut against the Carolina Panthers. That game was a turning point for many Browns fans. Sanders, stepping in as the third-string quarterback, since Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel are both dealing with injuries, played 45 snaps. He completed 14 of 23 passes for 138 yards and threw 2 touchdowns. That's quite impressive for a rookie in his first NFL action, and it immediately sparked a lot of excitement. His performance not only turned heads, but also drew national attention, even catching Nike's eye with a social media post highlighting one of his scoring throws. It's clear that the talent and potential are there, and fans started to wonder if Sanders might push his way into a more prominent role sooner rather than later. Before that game, many believed Sanders was still fourth in the quarterback pecking order, but his impressive showing against the Panthers caused a bit of a buzz. Could he climb higher? That's what many of us in the Browns universe started pondering. With Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel both nursing injuries, Sanders had the perfect opportunity to showcase his skills and earn more reps. And let's be honest, the way he played in that preseason opener, showing poise, arm strength, and mobility, had fans and analysts buzzing about his future. However, now with this injury, everything changes a bit. When Stefanski mentioned that Sanders would start against the Eagles if Pickett and Gabriel weren't ready, it indicated that the coaching staff was considering giving him more opportunities to develop and prove himself on the field. That's a huge vote of confidence for a rookie like Sanders, especially after just one game. But with the injury setback, those plans might be delayed. Right now, Kenny Pickett is still limited to 7-on-7 drills as he recovers from a hamstring injury, which means he's not fully back to practicing at full capacity. Dillon Gabriel, on the other hand, returned to full participation after missing the preseason opener with hamstring tightness. This puts the Browns in a tricky position. With Sanders injured, the quarterback reps in practice have been split among Joe Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and Tyler Huntley. Flacco, with his extensive experience, continues to get most of the first-team reps, but the team had never planned for him to play in the first 2 preseason games. He's more of a veteran presence, a steadying force, and a mentor for the younger quarterbacks. So, what does all this mean for the Browns as they approach the regular season? Well, with 2 preseason games remaining, the coaching staff still has a lot to figure out regarding their quarterback hierarchy and roster spots. Sanders was initially seen as a long shot to make the final roster, sitting fourth in the depth chart for most of training camp. But his standout performance against the Panthers had started to change that perception. Fans and analysts alike were beginning to see him as a potential dark horse candidate for an early season role, especially if he continued to impress during the remaining preseason games. But now, with this injury, the window for Sanders to climb higher in the depth chart narrows. Missing the final preseason game could make it more challenging for him to earn a spot or secure meaningful playing time early in the season. Oblique injuries have a way of lingering, and the Browns will need to be cautious in bringing him back to avoid any setbacks. For a rookie still working on perfecting his game and adjusting to the NFL speed and complexity, losing valuable game snaps could impact his development trajectory. Meanwhile, the Browns face some tough decisions at quarterback. They're balancing between giving young players like Sanders, Pickett, and Gabriel opportunities to develop, and relying on veteran stability with Joe Flacco. Flacco, entering his 18th NFL season, remains a key figure in this mix. His veteran experience and leadership are invaluable, especially in a season where the Browns are aiming to build on their recent playoff success. Yet, the team also wants to see what their young guns can do under pressure. Looking ahead, this injury situation underscores how precarious NFL preseason can be. One moment, a rookie is on the rise, capturing everyone's attention. The next, an injury can slow that momentum or even halt it altogether. The Browns will need to monitor Sanders closely, especially given the nature of oblique injuries, which can sometimes take weeks to fully heal. If he isn't able to participate in the preseason finale, it could mean fewer opportunities to showcase his talent before the regular season begins. But let's not forget the bigger picture. The Browns have a solid foundation, especially on offense, with a talented core of players and a coaching staff that's proven capable of maximizing their strengths. The quarterback position is always crucial, and while Sanders' injury is a setback, it's also an opportunity for other quarterbacks to step up. Joe Flacco, with his experience, could be leaned on more heavily, but the team is still watching the development of Pickett and Gabriel, both of whom have shown flashes of promise. The AFC North is a fiercely competitive division, with teams like the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers all vying for supremacy. The Browns know that every game, every decision, and every player's health will play a role in how their season unfolds. And in the midst of all this, the story of Sanders' injury adds an extra layer of intrigue. Will he be able to bounce back quickly? Will the Browns' coaching staff be able to adapt and make the right calls with their quarterback depth chart? These are questions that fans are asking now, and it's what makes this preseason so interesting. As the season approaches, fans are eager to see how everything shapes up. Will Sanders recover in time to make a splash in the regular season? Will the Browns' quarterback battle continue to evolve, or will veteran leadership take the forefront? One thing's for sure, Cleveland is always in the mix, always fighting and never backing down from challenges. That's what makes being a Browns fan so special. The passion, the hope, the resilience, all of it is on display as we head into what promises to be an exciting NFL season. The injury to Sanders is a setback, no doubt, but it's also part of the journey. Browns fans, stay optimistic, stay loud, and stay proud. Because no matter what, the fight for a Super Bowl continues, and every player, every game, every moment counts. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this situation with Shedeur Sanders? Do you think he'll recover quickly and still make an impact this season? Or do you believe this injury could slow down his development and alter his trajectory? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news from Berea. So keep your eyes peeled, stay engaged, And let's keep this Browns family strong as we gear up for what promises to be a memorable NFL season. Browns Pride.